talked about the visual stuff. Now we have to talk about your email. One of the biggest things that I saw, again, over all of those site critiques that I've done in the past has been my list isn't growing. My list isn't growing. I don't know why. I think that there's 3 at least different email things as to why that might be happening for you. Number 1 is that you don't have an opt-in box at the top part of your post. A lot of us have an opt-in box where people sign up for our email list. It'll either be in the sidebar or all the way at the bottom of the blog post. The problem is that a lot of people will stop reading by about halfway through or the top 25% of the way through, which means that they're completely missing the opportunity to sign up to your list. And because most people, every single time that I've looked at my analytics over the past probably 4 or 5 years, I have seen that 80% of my traffic, 80% regularly comes from mobile. On mobile, your sidebar, where it looks normal on your computer screen when you're messing around with your website, your sidebar, which you might have put in your opt-in box over there because it's right next to your content, it scrolls with it, makes total sense, except for on mobile, when the sidebar then goes all the way to the bottom of the post. By at the bottom, I mean like it's at the bottom of the post, underneath of the comment section, underneath of the footer, and then there's the head, or then there's the sidebar. That has been a problem for a lot of people, including myself, because I didn't even realize that that's what my site looked like on mobile until I changed it around, or until I actually looked at it. So if you are struggling with getting people to sign up for your email list, and the only places that you have an opt-in box are in your sidebar or at the very bottom of your post, it is time to move that opt-in box to the top 25% of the post. What I mean by the top 25%, after you do like your intro paragraphs, because again, blog posts are a little bit different. After you do your intro paragraphs, because they're like 2 sentences long, but before you get to like the meat of the post, so if we have a post that is the top 10 ways to grow your email list, after I talk about, my intro of why email list is so important to me and how much I love it, before I get into the top 10 posts or the top 10 tips, I'm going to have an opt-in box because I want to capture people's attention before they even get to the meat of the post. I don't want to bank on the fact that they're going to be able to scroll all the way to the bottom, because only a few people will scroll all the way to the bottom. Now, those people that do scroll all the way to the bottom will likely sign up for your email list because they're probably emotionally invested. They're probably like, oh my gosh, where has this person been my whole life? I've been looking everywhere for someone who said the exact same things that she said. Genius. And they'll sign up for your list just because they're like, I've made it down here. Like this woman, we're connected now. Has anybody else ever had that happen on someone else's site where you're like, oh my gosh, I just loved this. This blog post spoke to my soul. I've had that happen where I'm like, I don't care what this freebie is, I'm signing up for your list. That's what we want to have happen. However, that's only gathering like a few people, like a tiny, tiny percentage of your people who showed up on your site for this post. So you want to capitalize on the short attention spans before they start to get distracted, or before they start to kind of be like glazed over, like, okay, I found the information that I need, now I'm moving on. You want to make sure that you capitalize on that by getting it right up there at the top, right there. Not like first thing, but after a few paragraphs, because they're blog paragraphs, but that's where you would want to put it. So here are a few examples. I like these, obviously. These are some that I've made and given away as templates. So not with that colorway, I promise. That was hilarious. After I was like, don't do this with the matching colors, and then there it is. But sometimes it happens. Sometimes we forget what we're doing. So opt-in boxes that catch people's attention. What are you noticing amongst all of these things here? You're seeing that there is going to be a picture of the freebie, of some kind of thing that they are getting inside of this opt-in. You want to make sure that they can see it, because saying to you, like, you can get this. You want this. You don't, like, if I said to you, you can get a notebook. a lot of people might scroll right past it because, again, we have short attention spans. We have only a little bit of time to catch people's attention. And a really great way to non-verbally catch people's attention is through graphics, is through the images that you choose to use. So I'm showing you what it's like on the inside of this product. This is what you're getting. This is free. Look at what you're getting. And then if you have 3 pages, you just show them the 3 pages. It doesn't even have to be that. It could just be the cover. You could just say, look, this is what you get. And it's just the cover. It does not have to be like that you hire a professional graphic designer on this. It does not have to be that it is, professionally like photographed in like a studio or anything. A flat lay is fine. You just need to convey to people what it is that they're getting. That's a really big thing. And then have a button where they can click on it. Now, for these opt-in boxes, you will see that they're obviously not made inside of ConvertKit. I make my own opt-in boxes for the most part inside of Canva and or PicMonkey. I use lead pages, and then once they click on this image, a pop-up box will open, and they will be able to opt in and get their freebie right there. You can do this still with ConvertKit or ActiveCampaign or Drip or whatever email service provider you use. You do not have to have it being its own image. I like to personally, but you do not have to do this way. For your opt-in boxes to be really successful, what you want to do is like if I put this on my site, like I said earlier, my brand colors are pink and gold. If I put a blue opt-in box on my site, people would notice it. People would see it. It would stand out. It wouldn't blend in and start to kind of look like everything else on my site. That's what we want. So let's say your color is pink. If your primary brand color is pink, then using a green or using a blue or a yellow or something that is what you would consider off-brand colors for your opt-in box will catch people's attention as well. Because again, remember, for most people, our attention spans are short. What we're trying to do is stop the monotony of the scroll. So if I'm just scrolling on a blog post and there's a lot of text, and I see something blue, I'm going to stop and look at it. Oh, and there's a picture too. You're giving me something for free? Of course I'm paying attention now. So that's what we want to have people do. So if your goal is to, and it should be, if your goal is to grow your email list with the right people for your niche, then you need to make sure that you have an opt-in box in the top 25% of your blog post to make sure that you are catching as many people as humanly possible.